happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys could probably already tell it's going down by the title. We got Jim Jordan coming forth holding the Alvin Bragg's feet to the fire. This newest update is now holding him accountable for all of his actions, the legal lawfare and the charade case he brought about against Donald Trump. And I'm going to say things are getting spicy. When I get straight into it, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we can get into it, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it, you guys.
Will now recognize himself for an opening statement. Alvin Bragg's prosecution of President Trump is lawfare at its worst. The New York County District Attorney's Office began investigating President Trump in 2018. Southern District of New York months later concluded its investigation into the payments by Michael Cohen and determined no charges should be brought against President Trump. While this was going on, Alvin Bragg was running for the job. While on the campaign trail, Mr. Bragg boasted about the number of times he had already sued President Trump. In January 2021, Mr. Bragg stated, "I'm the candidate in the race who has the experience with Donald Trump," close quote. He said that it'd be hard to argue with the fact that any case against President Trump would be the most important, most high-profile case. Mr. Bragg won and took office in January 2022.
Guys, we're talking about a person who Letitia James is way into office. Come on now. He got voted in based off of, I'm going to get Trump, take this guy down by any... I've got the most experience with trying to take him down. I mean, come on, guys. So pathetic. You can see it right here.
Profile case. Mr. Bragg won and took office in January 2022. A few weeks after taking office, he told one of his prosecutors, Mark Pomerantz, quote, he could not see a world in which he would indict President Trump and call Michael Cohen as a prosecution witness. That's right. After campaigning on going after the former president, Bragg gets into office and realizes the case against President Trump is ridiculous. That is why the Southern District of New York didn't bring it. It's why his predecessor, Cy Vance, didn't bring it. Why did Bragg change his mind? Mark Pomerantz, Special Assistant District Attorney, resigned in protest, and he and his fellow Assistant District Attorney, Kerry Dunn, leaked their resignation letter to the New York Times. After that, the left began the pressure campaign on Alvin Bragg, and suddenly the zombie case was resurrected. One of the first things Alvin Bragg did was hire Matthew Colangelo, a top official in the Biden Justice Department who had a history of taking on President Trump and his family's businesses. It's also interesting to note who Mr. Colangelo listed as his references when he applied for the job at the Justice.
So this right here, I'm going to say that part right there links and says this isn't just solely based off of DA Alvin Bragg, him wanting to bring about this vendetta against Donald Trump. I'm going to say he does have a vendetta against Donald Trump. He does have it out there. He wants to Letitia James Donald Trump. But this seems like it's coming from a shadowy government. You know, this is a way high. I think it's higher than the Biden admin. You know, this call came from the top level, and Donald Trump just keeps stomping these guys. Every single corner, guys. It's so funny to see.
Listed as his references when he applied for the job at the Justice Department. He listed Tom Perez, former DNC chair, and Jeff Zients, who is now President Biden's chief of staff. That's right. The head of the DNC and the Biden White House chief of staff, those were his references. That's the guy who went to work to be the lead prosecutor on the case against President Trump. Alvin Bragg, Matthew Colangelo picked their target, searched for a crime, and then they prosecuted President Trump. The partisan DA that campaigned on going after President Trump, whose newly hired lead prosecutor for the case also had a history of taking on President Trump, also had their case in front of a partisan judge. A judge who donated to President Biden, who imposed a gag order on President Trump, who told the jury they didn't need to reach a unanimous decision, and prevented one of our witnesses today, Mr. Smith, an expert on campaign finance, from giving real testimony to the court. Today, Mr. Smith will be given an opportunity to tell Congress and tell the country what he wasn't permitted to tell the court, what he wasn't permitted to tell the jury. Remember, Bragg and Colangelo bootstrapped charges that are normally misdemeanors to some underlying crime to make the charges a felony. But what was the underlying crime?
That's the same thing a lot of these district attorneys and attorney generals tried. They tried to lump, especially Fulton County. Fani Willis tried to lump bunch of different charges together, you know, to make this thing a whole racketeering RICO case. We've seen it happen twice now, and DA Alvin Bragg was instructed to do the same exact thing. And don't think for 1 second that the whole RICO and Fulton County didn't come from the higher ups, also above Biden, by the way, guys.
Crime to make the charges a felony. But what was the underlying crime? Prosecutors didn't reveal that until after the trial began. Mr. Colangelo, in his opening statement, accused President Trump of violating the Federal Elections Campaign Act. But the problem is, in the plain reading of that act, doesn't support the indictment or the verdict. As Commissioner Smith stated, allowing this prosecution to go forward and the ultimate jury decision threaten the enforcement procedures established by Congress under the act and stretch the meaning of the statute in such a way as to threaten due process of law. Although Judge Merchan wouldn't permit the leading expert on campaign finance to provide this testimony, he did let someone else speak in the court on this issue and others, Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen, a convicted perjurer, someone even his former lawyer said you couldn't trust. Michael Cohen, who lied to Congress, lied to the FBI, and lied to the court. It's not often you have a witness that can lie to all three branches of government and then become the star witness in the prosecution of a former president. But that's exactly what took place in New York. It is clear Manhattan District Judge Juan Merchan's decisions, guided by political bias, unfairly prejudiced the outcome of the trial and violated President Trump's due process rights. Bragg's prosecution of President Trump, with the help of Judge Merchan, opened the door for politically motivated prosecutions, and it will not be easy to undo the damage that's already been done. As we have seen, other ambitious prosecutors have followed Bragg's lead and pursued politically motivated indictments against the former president. Rather than debate political opponents on substance, the Democrats' strategy to win the 2024 election is through the use of partisan, lawfare tactics. These politically motivated local prosecutions raise substantial federal interest and potential collusion between federal and state authorities. And that is precisely why we are here today. Alvin Bragg's prosecution of President Trump was personal, it was based on politics, and it was wrong. We now recognize the
there we have it. Jim Jordan absolutely heating up DA Alvin Bragg. It's time that we hold his feet to the fire, hold him accountable for his actions, this legal lawfare. Even if it, goes all the way to the top, we have to start holding these lower ranking guys, accountable also, just to send a message up the top of the food chain, let them know, hey guys, this is totally unacceptable. You won't be able to continue to do this. It's very clear to see the motives of DA Alvin Bragg, what he has been, put up to, and that's trying to get Donald Trump, tear him down by any means necessary. The only thing that I don't agree with Jim Jordan, I agree with him on every point here, but I don't think this was solely on DA Alvin Bragg. We can't point the finger solely on him. We have to go all the way to the top. Past Biden, guys, there is some shadowy figures in the shadows, 100%. And that's who's putting these guys up to it. It's not just because they have some hatred or, they may have some hate for Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong. It's pure. It's real. But they are definitely being installed in these positions. It's no coincidence. They're being voted in. They're winning all these races based off the name of we're going to get Donald Trump. They're being put up to it. And then once they get in office, they try to go up against him, try to get him, and it doesn't work. Every single time, it seems like Donald Trump is just too tall of a task to tackle. And the cool thing about it, guys, is that, he's doing it so that we don't have to. I mean, just imagine if we were put in the same position in Donald Trump's shoes to have to do what he's doing. I mean, think about it. The only reason why all of this madness, the charade case, the legality, the legal lawfare came out against Donald Trump is because he said he was going to run, serve our nation, try to make America great again. Clean up all the wrongs, the wrongdoings that we've seen happen to Biden-Harris administration. These large entities and the deep state that's been coming after Donald Trump definitely would be coming after us, a smaller fries whenever they wanted to if Donald Trump wasn't in the way. Hey, saying we're going to put an end to all of this. That's why I'm able to get behind and support him so much, because I've really just grown to appreciate how this guy does not back down, and it's all in the name of the people, all in the name of our country. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share us out to as many Facebook friends as possible. Also, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you'd enjoy more content like this. I'll catch you guys on the next week. God.